But what we've got here is what we would call the God of classical theism. What does that mean? Well, it's an academic phrase that you might find interesting or useful to use throughout your essays. And what is it? So, classical theism's God is infinite or unlimited in not depending on other things and in perfection, power, knowledge, goodness, and creative responsibility. So, lots of jargony terms there, but essentially, the God of classical theism is possessing all power that he could possibly have, knows everything, and was the creator of the universe. So he's good, powerful, and clever, but perfectly so in each of these categories. This is a very typical notion of what God is within the context of what tend to be called the Abrahamic beliefs. I personally would have problems with that term, but it is fairly useful here just for the context of grouping together the religions known as Islam, Judaism, and Christianity. So let's just have a look at some statements about God within those traditions. So this statement is from the Quran, the holy book of Islam. ليس كمثله ليس كمثله شيء وهو السميع الصبير. Sabiru. Didn't read that particularly well in Arabic, but what it means is he is not like anything. He is all hearing and all knowing, all seeing. So essentially encapsulating this idea. So the God of Islam is not like anything else within the universe because he created the universe. He is knowing of all things as well because he is the creator, and he is also omnipotent. And there is only one as well. A sacred divine unity is what the nation of Allah is, the God of Islam. Again, apologies for my reading of that. Anybody who has read the Quran before, that was quite terrible. Uh, and then here is a quote from the book of Isaiah, which is shared between both Christians and Jews. And it gets along the same notions as the Quranic quote as well. So, for my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither your ways my ways, declares the Lord. As the heavens are higher than the earth, so my ways are higher than your ways, and my thoughts are higher than your thoughts. So this text does two things really. Encapsulates pretty poetically the sheer power and awesomeness of the God of the Jewish and the Christian traditions. And it also highlights the epistemic gulf that exists between us and God. We can never possibly understand God or his thoughts or the way he works because he simply is so powerful. He is so omnipresent, omniscient, and omnipotent that it would be a fool's game to start trying to understand him. Obviously, this has useful applications in the realm of apology within the Christian and Jewish tradition. So if a Jew at the time of the Babylonian exile was asking himself, well, how could the Lord of Israel, my God, allow something so awful to happen to my community? Well, the answer would be, how could I possibly know? I'm sure God has a plan because his thoughts are as high above my thoughts as the heavens are above the earth. So I'll never know, but I'm sure he has some good reason for it. But anyway, we're getting onto some solid ground here, I hope. There's a God of classical theism, and this God exists especially within Islam, Judaism, Christianity, where that God is perfect in the sense of power, knowledge, and